Okay, I'm recording. So thank you guys again so much for hopping on. I know that a lot of people are at work, so you may be watching this on a recording later, but thanks so much again for hopping on. What we're going to do here today is work together. So I'm going to give you guys some action steps, and we're going to actually do them together. Things that that I've been doing every single day that I've seen a huge difference in my business. I'm Jessica Craig, by the way. Totally forgot to introduce myself. If you are brand new, type in the comments and let me know how long you've been in Prove It. If you've been around for a while, then I probably already know you. But I've actually been here. Next month will be my 3-year anniversary, which is freaking crazy. I cannot even believe it's been 3 years that we've been doing this. So I'm actually more fired up than I have been in a really long time. Like, I'm so freaking excited. And so I just want to kind of set the intentions for this Zoom and for this day and for this month really quick before we get started. So I'm reading everybody's exciting things. Thank you, Ashley. She said I was beautiful. Beth is naked. She just got out of the shower. Charlene hit the multiplier. Way to go. Let's see. Ashley added tons of new customers. What else? I agree, Ashley. So I set the intentions that for every customer that I got for last month, I'm going to take the best care of them, right? Like, I'm going to make sure that they have the best experience drinking ketones. If they're doing the 10-day challenge, I'm committed to checking in on them every single day and helping them, through their journey so that they can get the best results possible, fall in love with drinking ketones just like we all have, and decide that they want to share this with their friends, with their family, with their network. Like, I'm so confident that my next group of amazing rock star promoters will come from the people that ordered from me in September. Like, I'm 100% sure of that. I've claimed it. It is what it is. That's what's happening. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. Leah hit her multiplier for the 3rd month. I'm going for the multiplier every single month, guys. Like, I don't know if you know how freaking cool it is that we have the opportunity to do that every month and get that extra money. It's $6,000 a year that you can earn just from hitting the MVP multiplier every single month. So I'm going to take that $6,000 and buy myself something really freaking awesome. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I would love for you guys to, let's all start out with making a post, because we're going to go back to this at the end. So really quick, I just want everybody to know you cannot compare your results to someone else's. Your chapter 2 is not my chapter 22, right? So I may make a post and get 100 comments. You may make a post and get 4 comments. That doesn't mean a thing. It just means I'm a little bit further along in my journey than you guys are, or than someone else is. Karen may make a post and get more comments than me. That just means that she's been more consistent than me. So just marry the process. I know you guys have probably heard this before. Marry the process and divorce the outcome. So the things that we're doing today, you may not see immediate results. You guys may get 10 new customers today. I don't know what's going to happen. But what we're excited about is the fact that we're putting in the work and that we're going to eventually, something's going to come of it. So let's start out with if you haven't already, make a great post about the keto reboot. So if you have an idea, I would love for you to unmute yourself just so we can all kind of brainstorm and share ideas together of what a great post will be. I think this really depends on where you are in your Prove It journey. If you've been doing the keto reboot every single month, you may not be able to, and you've been talking about it all the time, you may not be able to keep that curiosity up like somebody who's just getting started. So if you're brand new, if you haven't really talked about the keto reboot a lot, you could do something like, hang on, I've actually got some that I can read off to you guys. Okay, here's a good one. I'm about to drop a few pounds and reset my metabolism in just 60 hours. These results I'm seeing other people get are crazy. This would be for somebody brand new that's never done it. There are a few left. Who wants to do this with me? So that would be great for somebody brand new that's never done the keto reboot before. You could post a picture with this, like a before and after picture from someone else's results. If you have your own results, I would throw that picture up and say, oh my gosh, it's that time again. I cannot wait to reset my metabolism in just 60 hours and drop this bloat. Look at my results from last month. I'm claiming this month to be even better. Who wants to do this with me? I only have a few kits available. And the reason we say I only have a few kits available, or these are almost sold out, or only a few more people can join me, is because, you know, honestly, that's true. That's not telling a lie. Kits are only available until tomorrow. Am I right? Is that right? Somebody tell me. Yes, Leslie said yes. Okay, so kits are only available till tomorrow. They will be gone. So that is 100% not a lie. Hey, Nicolette. So let me know if you have any more great ideas for a post that you've seen work for you in the past. I love before and after pictures. I wouldn't go crazy and like post a bunch of them, because that's not really, that's kind of getting a little bit crazy. So find a really good one, post that. If you want to post more in comments, you can say, check out other people's results in the comments below. And then you could post 3 or 4 of other people's pictures of their keto reboot results. So that's what we're going to get started with. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to do that. When you get your post up, just type in the comments that mine is up. Nicolette, what if you can, well, you're driving, I don't know if you can unmute. I'm going to go to your page really quick and see what yours said.
Yeah. So it was just a typical, like, hey, who wants to, drop like 5 to 10 pounds of belly bloat? But I think the kicker on it that made people want to do it was because I was like, hey, you get access to my discount. Y'all, nobody knows that, like, hey, Prove It is the one that discounts it from like 94 to 79, right? And so what I tell people, I'm like, yes, when you go on right now, I'm going to put it on there because I have 2 spots available. So it's discounted to $79 right now. And it creates like almost just like, a sense of like loyalty, and they feel good. Like, oh, okay, like I got to grab this, it's just for them. The discount's just for them. They don't know that Prove It does that every single month,
Yeah.
And so the access to my discount, like people went crazy over that. Like when I was like, I'll message you, and I'm in a ton of conversations still about it because I had a bunch of people that were just commenting, people that have never drank the product before. And I got them to buy a box too. Like a couple of them bought a box also as well. So,
and Nicolette, and I want you guys to know that Nicolette, how long have you been with Prove It?
I just had my 2-year like a week ago.
So Nicolette's been doing this for 2 years. She's done a million bazillion reboots. She's posted about the reboot consistently every single month. But she made this post last night and she's gotten a ton of interaction. So guys, don't feel like that everybody knows about the reboot and then there's no sense in me posting about it. It's all about how you word it. It's all about the energy that you have behind it and how you feel about it, how excited you are about it. So I think that that's awesome, Nicolette. So she put, I'm looking for 5 people who want to shed 5 to 10 pounds of belly bloat with me. I think that's key also. You want to make sure that people know that they're going to be doing this with you. They're going to have you for an accountability partner. And then she said, access to my discount. And she was excited. She has all the exclamation points. She put her post in the bold block with the colors so that it would catch people's attention. So awesome job, Nicolette.
One more thing too is sometimes, yes, like, doing pictures with posts definitely are eye-catching. But sometimes I notice that if it's just like small verbiage and I put the comment, like the pictures in the comments, it also builds traction because like Facebook thinks, oh, people are commenting on it. So if you go to my post, you'll see that I put the before and afters. I put like 3 of them in the comments. Yeah. And so I think that also helped like traction on the post.
Yeah, I love that. And too, like, I don't know about y'all, but if there's a bunch of words, I'm really just probably not going to read. Every once in a while, I'll get really intrigued by somebody's post that's super wordy and I'll actually read the whole thing. But I agree, like something super short, sweet, to the point, eye-catching, and then you're going to get my attention way more than you would if you put all this stuff. So you guys let me know when you get your post up and then we're going to move on. So how do you say your name? Oh my gosh, I've met you 100 times. Elora, is that how you say it? Okay, good. All right, I love your name. It's so pretty. I just didn't want to butcher it. Samantha Connolly, are you freezing cold or what? Are you wearing a turtleneck? 911. It's like 756 degrees today in Alabama. It's so hot.
I just made a post on my regular Facebook, so I posted in my customer group just so y'all know.
Awesome, Ashley. And I made a post this morning too. Like, I don't know, this is not a social media 101 Zoom, but you don't want to post back to back on your Facebook because you're just kind of competing with each other. So if you recently made a post, disregard this whole thing and save this for a little bit later, this one step. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that before we move on? Okay. Let's see. If you can't comment, just give me a thumbs up or something. I don't want to like sit here if everybody's got their post up, but I don't want to move on if y'all are still working on it. I think really one of the most popular ones that I've ever done before, and I think Mandy has really good luck with this too, is just who wants to reset your metabolism. I think metabolism is like a key word, and everybody always thinks, "Oh, my metabolism doesn't work. Slow metabolism. I ruined my metabolism." So when you can say something like, "Who would love to reset your metabolism?" You're going to get a ton of people who are intrigued. Okay.
The speed limit is 55 miles per hour.
Do we feel like that we can move on? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, the next thing we're going to do is let's go comment on, let's spend, what time is it? Let's spend 10 minutes commenting on other people's posts on Facebook. Now, here are a couple rules. We don't want to comment on each other's stuff. Okay, guys, we're doing this to help boost our Facebook post, get into other people's feeds. So scroll through there and make sure you're commenting on non-provers post. Okay, we all love each other and want to support each other, but what we're trying to do is find some new people. So what you may have to do is scroll a long way. A lot of times my Facebook is just filled up with the same people. So you can scroll. You can go to, I love to go to friends recently added. So if you've been trying to extend your network and you're constantly adding new people, you can pull up your profile. So I don't know if you guys can see this. So pull up your actual profile and scroll down to friends. Click on friends, and then you're going to have an option right here to click recent. And these are all the people, the last, I don't know how many it shows, the last group of people that you've added. Maybe it shows 50. So these would be great people for you to go interact with. So just go to their page, scroll around, comment on their most recent post. You can also, who on here, I'm doing Facebook right now, but who on here uses Instagram maybe more than Facebook? So you can do this exact thing on Instagram. So go to your Instagram feed, scroll through, comment on some new people's stuff, use stories. So here's another thing I want you to do. You can use Facebook stories or Instagram stories. Don't get lost, okay? We are intentionally working to comment, make connections with people. I'm just as guilty as y'all are. I will get caught up watching someone's 2 hour story about their whole entire day because I'm just nosy and I want to know everything in the world. But what we're going to do is comment and swap, comment and swap. So go through the stories, pull it up. This girl's got something about eggshells. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, that is so cool. I'm not even going to watch her next story because that's going to suck me in and take my time. I'm going to swipe and go to the next person. Okay? Girl that did one of my, hang on, one of my estheticians, because I use like 100 people. Picture of her kids. Oh my God, your kids are so cute. Everything's oh my God to me, by the way. So do y'all get the point of this? Hopefully. We're just interacting. We're going to do this for 10 minutes, so I'll let you know when time's up. Oh my God, we almost just saw Mandy naked if y'all are reading the chat. I'm devastated. That would have made my whole life.
Okay, I just hopped on, Jessica Craig. What are we doing?
Ah,
It's so silent. I was like,
So we are in the middle of commenting on other people's stuff. So either scroll through your Facebook and find people that are not provers to comment, interact with, go through Facebook stories and Instagram stories, and we are commenting and swapping. We're not getting sucked in and watching everybody's story. We're just trying to get through as many people as we can in 10 minutes.
okay. Well, I'm driving, but I wanted to know what we're doing so I can do it as soon as I get there.
Okay. Love you. Don't wreck. And the same thing with the stories, like it's going to be a lot of provers because we all love each other and we're all constantly interacting. We're all friends. But scroll on past, swipe through those provers, and let's find some other people. And I just want to remind you guys, like, yes, this is a working Zoom. We're all doing this together. But if you can just make a list of these few things to do every single day, whether you have a full hour to sit down and commit to your business, or maybe 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, whatever it is, if you can be really intentional with your time and make sure that you are getting this done, you're going to see a difference. You're just going to see a difference in your business. There's so many times when I'm not intentional, and it will be, the end of the day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been so busy today. I worked all day, and then I'm like, well, what did I actually really do? I spent so much of my time getting sucked into other things that weren't truly, income generating activities or things that were actually going to build my business. So if you set your timer and say, this is what I'm doing for the next 30 minutes, this is what I'm doing for the next hour, and be disciplined and don't stray, don't let your mind wander off, and don't get lost in la la land, then this is going to work for you guys, I promise.
Hey, Jess, can I add something to that?
Yes.
So like, I just like want to say something like personally, like for me, like if I ever get lazy, like it's easy to stay in the lazy mindset, and like, I think that I keep myself busy with things, but I'm not being intentional with my time. And I like notice a big difference, like, especially, life happens right to all of us. And I'm going to be real and open. And like, a couple months ago, I was like, just letting my business, I was doing things to get by. And I wasn't being intentional, and I was just being lazy because I was getting comfortable with being lazy. And like the past 3 months, I've like buckled down and been super intentional, and it's a complete 180-degree shift. So like I am 100% backpacking off of that. Like, just do it consistently and you'll see major difference. Like 90 days, here I am later, and it's like insane. So I just want to like piggyback off that and be like, I know personally firsthand, like legit, be intentional.
Yes. And that's so true, guys. Remember, like, you have to be consistent, because what you do now, you most likely won't get to reap those benefits until 30, 60, 90 days down the road. So the work that you put in now, you're going to see it pay off later. I mean, I know it's so easy to like get negative or give up or feel like that what you're doing isn't working, but trust me, this is the same things that the top earners are doing. Okay, so these aren't magical things that I've invented. This is just what works, and the people that are winning at the highest level are the people that are the most consistent. It's not that they're any better than me, it's not that they're any better than you, it's that they're more consistent, they're more disciplined, right? Nobody just woke up freaking awesome. Most people have to work for it. And so I just think that that's something really super important to remember and keep in the back of your mind every single day. If you want this, like, just put in the work. And it's not hard, guys. What we're doing is just building relationships with people so that they trust us. We already have an amazing product that works. We already have Prove It. We have all the tools. We have all of those things. But we just have to build those relationships. Yes, Nicolette said the harder you work, the luckier you get. That is so true. Okay, we got 2 more minutes on this and then we're going to move on. So in just 10 minutes of me doing this, and not even a full 10 minutes because I've been talking to you guys a lot, I've already interacted with at least 20 people. Just interacted, commented or whatever. In 10 minutes, that's crazy. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, guys, is we are going to add value to a Facebook group. So hopefully everybody on this Zoom is a member of some kind of Facebook group, or 450,000 like me. I'm in every kind of Facebook group that you can ever imagine. But here are a couple tips. Find your group and stick with that. You can have a couple groups, but if you have so many, you can't keep up with it. You don't remember which ones that you go to every day. Like, one minute you're in one talking about keto, the next minute there's one, talking about decorating a house, the next minute there's one about parenting, and you're not consistent with any of them, then you're going to have way, way, way better results if you pick out one or two and you make those your groups that you go to every single day. Okay. So I have a couple that I use regularly. One of them is a Peloton group, or actually I have two Peloton groups that I'm pretty regular in. And then one of them is a mom group. And then I also have a keto group that I interact with quite a bit. That's not my own. It's not like a Prove It ketones. It's like the keto diet. So here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to go in there and post about ketones. Okay. So if you're in a keto group and this is what you want to do, you're not going to go in there and post about ketones. You're not going to post about the reboot. You're not going to post about your results. You're not going to post about Prove It. None of it. You're going to add value to that group somehow. So here's what I like to do in my keto groups. If we find a really great recipe that we love, that has worked for us, I will take that and post it in that keto group to just add value. Hey guys, we made this last night for dinner and it was so good. Here's the recipe. And then I'll have people that will comment on that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Where did you get that ingredient? Blah, blah, blah. I interact back with those people and then I add them as a friend. Okay, this is the best way to extend your network for like-minded people. You could go out and find 2,000 people to add on your Facebook that would accept your friend request if you really wanted to. But what's the point of adding people that are not your people, right? Like, you want to connect with your tribe. So you want to go into Facebook groups with things that you are interested in. So if I start adding a whole bunch of people that are not like me, or not similar to me, and we don't have the same, whatever, they are not going to care about anything that I post. I'm not going to care to interact with them. It's just not going to be like real, is what I'm trying to say. So I love keto. I love keto recipes. So that's a perfect opportunity for me to go and make new friends that are like-minded, because we're all, you know what I mean? Like, obviously we're all into keto. I love working out. I love doing the Peloton. I love being a mom sometimes, not all the time, but I always have mom questions. So go post something of value, like a recipe or a great mom hack, or something funny that your kid did, to see who can relate. I love to end it with a question, so that way I'm getting lots of interaction. So just like right now I'm in a Peloton group, we're doing 30 days. Peloton actually has a thing like 30 days of a challenge or whatever. You do some kind of Peloton workout every single day. So I'm going to get to go into that group every single day and make a post. Hey, it's day 2. I just finished my workout. Who all comment below when you finished yours. Let's cheer each other on. I think that's what I posted today. So everyone who comments, I'm going to go say, you freaking rock, way to go. I love that instructor, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to respond back to their comment, and then I'm going to send them a friend request. I'm going to be able to extend my network. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not faking it. Like, this is real. I'm really trying to make friends with these people. I'm not trying to sell them a product. So you can also interact on other people's posts. So take this 10 minutes, make a post in a group, respond to the people who are commenting for you, go through the group and things that relate to you, respond to their stuff, like just develop relationships, interact with people. My mom's calling. I honestly can tell you that since I've been really consistent with doing this, I have seen a huge shift in my business. This is something new that I've made sure that I'm doing every single day. And it's been so great. It's been the best way for me to make new connections. And here's what I do. This is just a tip. I talked about this on the Zoom the other night, so you may have already heard it, but I have this saved in my text replacements. So when people accept my friend request, let me read it to you. So when people accept my friend request, I shoot them a message because a lot of times they're just going to get lost in Facebook if you don't connect with them. And then what's the point? You know, they probably won't even see your stuff. So I just send them this message and it says, hey Sam, or whoever it is, just wanted to say hello and introduce myself, smiley face emoji. I'm 34 and born and raised in a small town in Alabama. I have 2 kiddos. Maddox is 3 and my daughter Shubs is 9. I love wine, keto, personal development, working out, Peloton, and hanging with friends and making new ones. Another emoji. Hope you're having the best day. Where are you from? And then I'll also follow it with, I swear I'm not a weirdo. Because I just want them to know, like, I'm a normal person. Here's my description or introduction or whatever, so they know who I am. They know I'm a mom. They know what my interests are. And a lot of times, since I have keto in there as one of my interests, when they respond back and tell me who they are and how many kids they have and what they're into, because that's what I see happen so many times. I mean, sometimes people will ignore my message and maybe they do think I'm a weirdo, but I don't care because every time I send it out, a lot of times I do get a response back and I am building those connections and those relationships with people. And they will see like, oh, I've tried the keto diet before, or I'm into personal development too. Like it just gives us something else to talk about. You know what I mean? So that's a huge tip if you're comfortable doing it.
Hey Jess, can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
Hey, so sorry, I'm still not on camera because I'm one of those people that doesn't get dressed till the very end, and so I'm still naked. And y'all don't need to see that. But one thing I wanted to say too, I just hope you all picked up on this when Jess was talking about it earlier, was to kind of like focus on one group. And I know you all hear this word over and over and over again, but I want you to combine what she said with consistency. Like when you find your group, when you find the one, and it may take you a week or so of being active in a couple of groups to figure out which one has the most people who are open to connecting with new people. But once you find it and be in it all the time, because the way groups work is the more active you are in the group, the more likely your post is going to be at the top. You'll start to get little badges by your name that say like conversation starter, contributor, and it just gives you more, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but like validity with those people. So when I started doing this, it specifically, the Peloton group is where I focus as well. So even though I think you all should all go buy a Peloton, I'm not telling you to go buy a Peloton and use that group, but like once I found my group, like making sure that 5 days out of the week I'm contributing, exponentially every single post gets more and more interaction. So like this last post I made filled up the last almost 200 friend spots that I had, and now I'm gonna have to go back and clear people out again, you know. So like 4 months ago when I started doing it, it was like I get a handful of comments. Now I'm getting hundreds. So it's just a matter of like, once you pick it, stay consistent, and just remember, like Jessica said, like sometimes it's, you know, weeks or months before that activity pays off. But like if you don't do the activity for weeks or months, you won't know. every once in a while, like yesterday, one of my new friends from that page, like clearly stalked my page and my story and asked me about ketones, and I have not even had a chance to talk to her yet. But for the most part, it takes making the post, doing it consistently interacting with everybody, consistently becoming friends with them, consistently going back to their pages, consistently watching their stories. So just keep that in mind. To pick something, be consistent at it, and be consistent at it like all the time. Like consistent isn't, oh, well, I tried that for 2 weeks and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like 4 months in, and now I'm seeing like, holy crap, I got 200 new Facebook friends yesterday, quality Facebook friends who are all interacting on my social media today. But it took 4 months of doing it all the time to get there.
And I promise, guys, if this may not be the quickest way, but if this is going to be the best way, okay? Because nobody likes pushy people. Nobody likes to be sold to. Network marketing, MLM in general, can get such a bad rep from people who just don't care about people. They're just trying to make the sale. So this is a great way to develop relationships, extend your network. And so that way you're genuinely attracting people to you, right? And you genuinely know them and want to help them. They're not just some rando that you found on Facebook that you sent a message to that said, hey, have you ever tried ketones? You need to try them. Like, I have some for you to buy. So I love this. I love that this is what we do here. I love that this is what we teach and train. And I think we're really just making a huge shift, prove it as a whole, in how things work in network marketing in general. So I love it.
And real quick, can I tell you a funny story
Yes.
about what you just said? So while I wish I could like put my camera on because it's funny, but I can't because that would also be funny. So the other day while I was in Canada working with our team up there, we had like a power hours, essentially. It was like 5 hours of working together on stuff like this. And one of the people that I sent a friend request to from my Peloton page messaged me back and said, I'm not interested in being your friend. You're just trying to recruit for your business. You're just trying to grow your network for your business. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry that that's the, that's how you feel, even though I'm like, well, you're right, actually. I am trying to grow my network. Like, I'm being friends with these people and I want new friends in my life, but I want new friends in my life to grow my network. Like, that's not a secret and I'm not pretending that it's not. So I said, oh, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. Like, do you mind if I ask, why you would say that? Like, do you just have a negative experience with people in my industry? And she was like, well, when I go to your page, the very first thing I read is your about section. And one of the things you wrote about yourself is now recruiting boss babes. And it's something I've had up there for like almost 2 years. And if I'm going to be honest with you all, I put it up there because someone else that I typically compare myself to has something similar written. Like, and I'm talking comparison game, like not the good kind of compare myself, like where I'm judging my success based off of hers, because that's something she had in her profile, something similar. So I put it in mine thinking, well, I'm going to attract all these people who want to do this.
Yeah.
Well, this girl literally gave me the feedback that made her not want to be my friend. So I just said, instead of getting defensive, which is what I wanted to do, I said, you know what? I really appreciate that feedback. I know that the industry I'm in has a negative connotation to it for most people, and I'm assuming that stuff like verbiage like that might be why. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my profile based off of your feedback. And you know what happened?
What?
She accepted my friend request after that.
So,
I mean, what?
That's a good reminder. Like, people can smell it from a mile away if you're not genuine.
Yeah.
So things like that are red flags. I think mine says weight loss coach. Like, I need to go change that too.
And like, I am being very genuine. Like, I told her dog was cute and her wedding pictures were beautiful. Like, and that was all very genuine. Her dog is cute and her wedding pictures make me want to stab myself that I got married in the 90s when nobody had cool cameras. But
like it was valuable information. So I was like, that might actually be hurting my situation. So I just thought that was funny, and just, thought that was funny. Wanted to share.
Thank you, Mandy, for sharing that. Okay, guys, so we're going to move on. So here's where we're going to get real. Now we're going to be doing some follow-up. So I don't know who's on here. I don't know how long you've been doing this. I don't even know if you started yesterday. Maybe you're watching the replay and you just got started. But if you've been doing this for any length of time at all and you have anyone to follow up with, this is the key of the day. This is the thing that you need to put on your list to make sure that you are getting this in every single day, because you can do all this work. You can sell 1 million things. You can enroll 400 million thousand customers. But guys, if you aren't following up, you're just missing the boat, like this is what it's all about. So let's spend this next 15 minutes, with follow-ups. And here's what I want you to do, since it's reboot time and since this is very time sensitive, I want you to focus on the reboot. So here's what I do. If you guys have any other tips or things that work for you better, I'm not a know-it-all. I would love for you to share. But here's what I do every single month is, because I do talk about the reboot so much, a couple of things is I will go to my messenger, and a lot of you guys probably already know how to do this. I will type in search. I will type reboot. I will click search, and then I click search in messages, and it brings me up every conversation that I've ever mentioned the word reboot in. And I can scroll and scroll and scroll until probably for 2 hours, because I've been talking about the reboot for so long with so many people. I have no shortage of people to reach out to. Now, a lot of these conversations are basically me talking to myself, right? Like a lot of people don't even respond to me. And so something that I like to do when that happens, when I take the time to scroll up and realize, oh gosh, I've sent this person 4 messages about ketones or whatever, and they haven't even responded back to me, I will just, instead of sending them a message about the reboot, I will just say, hey girl, I was scrolling up and I realized that, you haven't responded to the last few messages that I sent you. Are you still interested? Are you still interested in hearing when we have promotions or when we have a new flavor that drops? Just let me know. I don't want to bug you, because I don't want people to think that that's all that I am, because I am a real person, right? We're all real people. So when someone ignores me completely, it kind of stings a little bit. I'm like, dang, girl, just say no thank you, or maybe later. But when I see that someone's read the message and hasn't responded to me, especially if it's been several times, that's what I send. But if it's someone that you just had a conversation with and it wasn't the right time for them, this can be super easy. Copy and paste. You could send it out to 100 people in 5 minutes if you got crazy. So I'll just say something like, everything's hey girl for me. I'm trying to get better about that because I say it every single time. Love you, Mandy. I'll say hey or hey girl or hey Amy. Like, make sure you change the name every single time if you're putting in their name. But I'll say, it's that time again. We're getting ready to do our keto reboot for October. I know we had talked about it before. I was just wondering if you would love to do it with me this month. Let me know. Kits are almost sold out. Something like that. And I will just copy. Alora is getting naked. I will just copy and paste that message to as many people as I possibly can. And it can be people that you've talked about the reboot to. This can be, if you don't have that many people that you've talked about the reboot, maybe you're brand new, just search the word keto, search the word ketones, search the word trial. Basically any keyword that you've ever used to talk to a lot of people about, type that in your search and send this message out to as many people as you can. Another tip, another thing that I love to do is I will go back through my old post. So I'll go to my Facebook page. 9 times out of 10, I post a picture with my post. So this makes it really easy for me. I will go to my profile. I will click on my photos, and then I will scroll through my uploads until I find a picture of me with my ketones, or me with my keto reboot box, or something that I can tell was a post that I had made about Prove It, right? So I'll go back through, and then I've got a list of people there who I can send messages to. So this is what I do when it's time sensitive. Let's do this for the next 10 minutes, and then I'll take just a couple minutes at the end to talk to you about the follow-ups that you would do if it weren't keto reboot time, okay? But we got to sling those reboot kits because we only have one day left after today. And here's what I do. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much for you guys, but I just want to tell you everything. Here's what I do. If it's someone who said they were going to order and they haven't ordered yet, I know sometimes that can be an uncomfortable thing. Like, you don't want to be pushy. Like, what do? Do you say anything? Do you just let it go? I've just started saying, hey girl, I haven't seen your order come through. I just wondered if you had any issues with the website. You know, that's just kind of like bringing up the conversation instead of saying, hey, you said you were going to order and you haven't yet. Is everything okay? So I'll just say, I know you said you were wanting to order, but I haven't seen it come through. Did you have any issues with the website? If you don't have a lot of people to follow up with about the reboot, hopefully you got some comments on the post that we made originally. So this would also be a great time to reach out to those people. And if you're brand new, maybe you're not super familiar with how we do things, just a reminder, don't give them the information on the post. Comment underneath their comment and say, sending you a message, and reach out to them privately. Ooh, I love that, Leah. Leah says that she uses the website thing too, and she just tells them that the website gets bogged down sometimes with so many people placing orders. So I love that because, number one, it's true. We're not lying. Anytime that we have a sale or a promotion, you guys know that our website can get crazy, but it also creates that urgency and like lets people know, like, dang, they've got so many people ordering this. The website's crashing. Like, this is good stuff. I need this. So I love that, Leah. And also, while I'm going through this, like I'm realizing the people that I'm reaching out to a lot about Prove It and ketones and keto reboots and 10-day challenges and everything under the sun, because this is what I do all day. Anytime we have something new come out, I go back through all these same lists of people and reach out to them. So if I'm seeing that that's all our interactions are, or just me saying, hey, do you want this? Hey, we just had this. You should do this. Da 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 da. If it's just prove it, prove it, prove it. Put those people on your list to be your first people that you're interacting with when you're going through your 10 minutes of just being a real person, right? So I've got this girl, like she's done a reboot before, and sometimes she's interested and she'll respond, but a lot of times she'll ignore me. So like the last 3 messages that I've sent to her, she hasn't said anything. So I'm going to write her name down, and over the next few days, I'm going to try to interact with her. Like I'll go to her page and comment, or if she has a story, I'll respond to her story. So that way that's not the only interaction. You know what I mean? We just have to remember to be real people. Like I'm so obsessed with Prove It, and not every single person in the world is. Like, you know what I mean? So we just have to be real people too. Are you guys getting any good responses? I got a girl that wants to buy one.
I had a response from a person who hasn't drinking or had ketones for like 2 years. She was really dedicated and then she fell off. And she said, from my post on Facebook, I'm curious about this reboot thingy. Can you do a reboot but not follow with the keto drinks? My husband and I are following a keto diet again on our own terms. As I can't afford the drinks right now, would love to know if this would work. So that's good. That's going to get her back in.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course you can, like, y'all, I got so intentional about trying to find new promoters last month. And I ended up with 3 new promoters. It made me realize, like, I say all the time, make sure you have that conversation with every single person. But it really made me realize how much I'm not having that conversation. So with every single person, if they don't purchase, or even if they do purchase, but especially if they don't, instead of just letting them go like that just didn't work out, they weren't your people, make sure you say something like, hey, I don't know if you would be interested, but I would love to tell you about how you can get this free every single month and even make some extra money. I know you said that money was an issue for you, because 9 times out of 10, when people don't buy it, it's because they don't have the money. It's not because they don't want it. Everybody wants this. It's a money thing. So if you'll throw that out there, you're going to be in so many more business conversations, or at least free product referral conversations, than you can even imagine. So put that in your list, in your way that you do every single thing. Make sure that no stone gets left unturned. Every single person needs to know that there's an opportunity to get it free and to make extra money. So even when they do purchase too, make sure you say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I would love to tell you about how you can actually get this for free next month. I can show you how to do it. And listen, I know you're a teacher and you guys work yourself to death and don't get paid hardly anything. Would you be interested in making some extra money? It's almost Christmas time, whatever. I just try to be more relatable and specific to that person. So I think that makes a huge difference too, instead of, you should join my team. I hate that verbiage. Join my team. Okay, we have been on here for almost an hour. I know a lot of people are on their lunch break and they got to hop off, but continue to do this for as much time as you have, especially because We are on a time crunch with the reboot. But when you're doing these activities on a day that we don't have something like the reboot and you're doing your follow-ups, it's basically the same thing. Like I always start out with my most recent customers so that way that I'm helping them get the best experience. And then from there, you can follow up with your promoters. Guys, we can't forget about our promoters. We need to make sure that we're, helping them have a great experience and with everything. But follow up with the people who just haven't purchased yet. Send them a message. Hey, girl, I know we chatted about ketones before, and you can always run your own promotion. I've got a couple of coupons. Don't know if this is the right time for you, but they expire tomorrow night at midnight. Would you like one? Are you ready to get started? Or I've got a special deal. I've got $5 off on my 5 and 10 day trials. I just wanted to offer this up to you before they get sold out. Something like that, that lets people know you care. It also creates the urgency. So I think that is all that I have for you guys. Do you guys feel like that this was helpful? I know Mandy's going to do another one tomorrow, so she'll probably have completely different things to say than what I said today. So I can't wait to hop on and listen to her. And if you guys want to do this more often, we totally can. But I am going to have the recording too, so I'll get that sent out. But I hope you guys have the best day ever, and we all sell 1 million reboot kits apiece. Love y'all.